long fish.
John Salata knows Tidal Potomac largemouth bass.
That's a good bass there.
Today on Backwoods Angler TV, John and I try to crack the Tidal Potomac pre-spawn code. Backwoods Angler TV, your freshwater fishing authority for the northeastern United States.
Today on Backwoods Angler TV, we are on the Tidal Potomac River going after them there greenfish. Here with John Salata of Potomac Guide Service. 75-degree high temperature today. We're going for pre-spawn largemouth bass.
Whoa, did you see that one?
I did.
Another one followed it right up to the boat.
How about that? That fish waked out of the water. How cool was that? That fish was up pretty tight too, John.
I don't fish tight on the banks much, but with the high tides we've been having, see ya, buddy. Maybe that extra bit of water is pushing them up there. Not to mention the stain to it. This is the kind of area back here that I love fishing on an outgoing tide. We've got a creek going back through there, and it's not deep enough for us to get in there with the boat. But on the outgoing tide, the fish will just wait out here for the bait fish to come out from back there. And you could really do well.
You say the tide is up right now.
Right now we've got high tide. It'll sit, the tide will sit still for about an hour and start to come out. It'll take 6 hours for it to go from high tide to low tide.
Yep.
And typically the middle 3 hours are the best, whether it's incoming or outgoing.
Oh, okay.
Because fish use the current to bring them food. They won't go out and get it. They'll wait for the current to bring it to them.
So how does the depth change? Like you're saying we're at dead high right now. In 3 hours, how much less water will be in this area?
The range on the Potomac, 20, 24 inches.
Wow,
So
okay.
in 3 or 4 hours, we'll lose about half of that. And we've a couple days after a full moon, and with a full moon, we have a higher high tide and a lower low tide. And sometimes that affects the bite, but early spring like it is now, fishing is always good somewhere.
Wow, that feels good.
And I won't stay on a spot long. If I don't catch a fish quickly, I'll go and fish another spot that I like.
So it's just a matter of seeking and finding right now.
Yes.
How does the outgoing and incoming tide, when the water's stained like this, how does it just remain stained pretty consistently straight through?
It'll be a little bit clearer when the tide's low.
Okay.
And in the warm months, it'll be a lot clearer when the tide's low, because the grass acts as a filter.
Right, okay. I was hoping one of those, we'd be talking and one of us would hook up there. That was my plan. Like that.
It's a good fish, too. Yeah, it's a good fish.
How about that? How pale that fish is,
They've all been pale this year.
just from the stain.
Mm-hmm.
That's a heavy fish. That's a nice
fish.
Yeah, real nice fish. Good fish. Tell you what, should stop that spinnerbait good too, man.
Slow rolling it?
Yeah, slow rolling. She knocked the eye off my spinnerbait. See, what's happening with the spinnerbait is I'm slow rolling it, which means it's hitting a lot of stuff down there. John says there's a lot of grass here, but there's a lot of wood pilings down there. And that first bank we fished, we ran into some rock, some chunk rock. So this spinnerbait has been banging off of stuff all morning long so far. But that fish, that wasn't a typical like boom boom on the spinnerbait. That just stopped it dead. You know, it just stopped it dead.
Typically, that's the kind of bite I have on a spinnerbait. It's not a ferocious hit.
Yeah.
It's like they just suck it in and boom, that's it.
Yeah.
Come back and join us for more pre-spawn largemouth bass fishing on the Tidal Potomac River. Coming up on Backwoods Angler TV.
I'll get them little males out of here for you, John. That's a good bass there. I'm here today with Kevin Turner. Kevin is the president of River Pro Boats.
Oh, on the red hook, John!
He's getting a bit of a swagger about him. I'm gonna catch your fruit.
Catch it all here on Backwoods Angler TV. Do you own an outboard jet motor? Backwoods Angler TV's new DVD, 30-minute PM Outboard Jet Preventative Maintenance, is sure to save you money from repairs, and it will keep you on the water and on the fish.
River fish live in nasty places.
The River Pro 186 Low Pro is the ultimate shallow water fishing machine.
Agile, aggressive, and armed to the teeth with all the angling ammo you'll ever need. With the Mercury Sport Jet, you'll fly over just inches of water, places no ordinary boat could go. River Pro, hard-bellied, all-welded, custom-built jet boats for the serious river fishermen like you.
When it comes to fishing, there's a fine line between failure and success. There's a fine line between winning and losing. There's a fine line between the trophy and just another fish story. That line is Gamma. Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line. Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by Sportsman's Table, complementing your sporting lifestyle. Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line. BioEdge fish attractants, fish with the edge, BioEdge. Vinner Baits custom lures, quality, durability, affordability. And outrageously dependable interstate batteries.
Today on Backwoods Angler TV, we are on the Tidal Potomac River. Oh, that's a good bass there. Here with John Salata of Potomac Guide Service. Good fish, John.
Yeah. I've been told that when they've got a bunch of red on their lips and in their mouth, it's because they've been eating crayfish exclusively.
We're on the Tidal Potomac River today. We're fishing with Potomac Guide Service guide John Salata. John's throwing a 1- there, right?
Yes.
That thing's running just under the surface. That fish just stop it dead, or?
He hit it pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, so how long have you been guiding up here?
5 years.
5 years.
This will be my 23rd year on the river.
Yeah. Now these fish today, this water temp you said is up over 60 degrees now in here, so some of these fish are starting to cruise this flat this afternoon. They weren't here this morning. They weren't on these flats real good. We were just catching little males, and we just caught 2 small males there. That was a much better female there.
Yes.
Not a bad fish. Let's go get another one.
Sounds good to me.
That was a good fish. Now, do you ever run into it down here where you just, like, if I'm throwing a spinnerbait, if I change colors on the spinnerbait, could that just, would that make a difference, or is it, are they pretty?
On a spinnerbait, not so much.
Okay.
Crankbaits,
Absolutely.
it makes a huge difference. And I'll do that. I'll use one crankbait, catch fish on it, and just see what other crankbaits will work.
Yeah.
And so many times It's the one crankbait that I started out with.
Yeah.
But so much of fishing, I think, is just confidence anyway.
I think that's huge. Confidence is huge.
What you might love back home, I might never even think of throwing down here.
right.
But you can bring it here and you'll catch fish on it just because of confidence.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I've seen that happen on my boat a lot of times. I'll look at something that a client will bring on the boat and I would put that back in your bag, and he goes out there and he catches smallmouth on it.
Yeah, that's one of the things I learned in my first year guiding. Never really say no, don't throw it.
Yeah.
Because they've humbled me.
Hey John, I noticed that your crankbait has red treble hooks. What's up with that? You want to explain to us exactly what your thinking is on that?
Yes, and it doesn't make a lot of sense in this muddy water, but the spinner baits I use, or have been using the past 3 or 4 years, have red hooks. And I started catching fish on the main hook of the spinnerbait, not the trailer hook. So
you're a believer in the red hook,
I'm a
huh?
believer in the red hooks a little bit.
Oh, on the red hook, John. Get that little crayfish crankbait working, huh? All right. See, now this water must have warmed up since this morning.
It's a good 4 or 5 degrees.
Yeah, it must have. It's warmed up since this morning. That was a pale one yet, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Male? Big male?
Could be.
It's a good looking fish, though. Healthy fish.
Put them back in.
Yeah.
Eating crayfish.
When I first started bass fishing, if I'd get into this shallow grass, I wouldn't even consider throwing a crankbait. I would not consider it because you're just going to get it fouled up. And what you said right there, you said that you ripped that bait out of the grass and that fish hit it instantly as soon as it came off the grass. That is a very, very productive way to catch sometimes very lethargic bass that are down in that grass. If you throw that crankbait and just rip it through there and give it a good sharp twitchier rod tip, you said that's exactly how that fish ate it, isn't it?
Yes, I ripped it free off of some grass, paused a second, and that fish just stopped. And these fish see so many
That's right.
vibrating baits coming through where they're being ripped through the grass, and I've always just done better fishing a shallow diving crankbait. I can fish it, so I'm ripping it, and it gives them something different to look at. And as pressured as the Potomac gets, you've got to do things different from everybody else. That's the key. That's why I like the small baits. I retrieve my bait slowly.
And on cue. On cue! I mean, is this guy good or is this guy good? Really?
I mean, it's a little fish, but it demonstrates what we were just saying.
It's exactly what you just did there.
Little baits, pause it, and fish will hit it. Thank you, buddy.
John, we gonna go hit some more grass?
Yes, we
Is
are.
that what you're saying? All right. Stick around. We'll be back with more from the Tidal Potomac River in just a minute.
See that? He came right back for it.
For 5 years now, the folks at Sportsman's Table have been dedicated to helping families make the most of their outdoor harvest. Active outdoorsmen will love the quality and selection found at sportsmanstable.com. Products include butchering supplies, seasonings and marinades, wildlife pottery, and rustic table decor. Whether for you or a unique gift for a family member or friend, Sportsman's Table has a lot to offer dinner tables all over America. www.sportsmanstable.com. This portion of Backwoods Angler TV is brought to you by www.sportsmanstable.com. Sportsman's Table, complementing your sporting lifestyle.
Welcome back. Today on Backwoods Angler TV, we are attempting to tackle Potomac River pre-spawn largemouth bass with Potomac Guide Service guide John Salata.
I'll get them little males out of here for you, John.
It's an interesting bite today, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's just one little 2 or 3 fish flurry every 2 hours, hour and a half. But we're catching some respectable bass. We haven't got anything over 4 pounds yet, but we've had some in that 3 to 3.5 range, which are good quality fish.
Thank you, buddy.
And we've been dealing with these little 2 and 3 fish flurries all day. You had a fish this morning, John, that had a companion as it came in with it.
Whoa, did you see that one?
I did.
Another one followed it right up to the boat. Yes.
And that's very typical for feeding bass. And what probably is happening here is it takes some technique to get one to go. But once you get one to go, it's almost like you're going to get another 1 or 2 fish to go.
Like that one. Oh.
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 Oh. It was close.
Oh. He's getting a bit of a swagger about him now. I'm going to catch your fish.
That was one of the bites like this weekend. I got deflected off a twig, and that was it.
Oh, you hadn't? You just said, there's a fish. Small.
A skater.
That. This is another small male. Second or third turn of the reel. Boom, boom. He hit it too for a little dog.
We've got fish.
Ripping it through the grass again.
Mm-hmm. Stop and go.
You know what? I'll land this one for you, John. What do you got there? That's a good fish, John. I'll get him for you. Come here, baby.
Long fish.
That's a
Thank
nice
you, sir.
That's a nice fish. Yeah, you're gonna get him. There we go. Potomac River largemouth bass. That's a good fish. Lots of fish in this system like that. Go back home. You know how to get that thing going, man. That's. We'll be right back. Come on back for some more.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
River fish live in nasty places.
The River Pro 186 Low Pro is the ultimate shallow water fishing machine.
Agile, aggressive, and armed to the teeth with all the angling ammo you'll ever need. With the Mercury Sport Jet, you'll fly over just inches of water, places no ordinary boat could go. River Pro, hard-bellied, all-welded, custom-built jet boats for the serious river fishermen like you.
This portion of Backwoods Angler TV is brought to you by River Pro Boats, custom-built jet boats for the serious river fishermen.
I'm here today with Kevin Turner. Kevin is the president of River Pro Boats.
That is correct.
It's a pleasure.
Hey,
Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, you bet, you bet. It's my pleasure.
I have been in one of these boats. I have driven one of these boats. I know the answer to this question. For the viewer's sake, just give us an idea. There are a lot of jet boats out there. What would you say sets yours apart?
Well, like I said, there's a lot of jet boats out there, and most of those jet boats that we're all familiar with are the outboard jets. And nearly all of those are prop boats that have been altered for a jet prop.
Right.
With our River Pro, the first thing we did was decide on the type of power we wanted. And we chose the inboard Mercury Sport Jet. At that point, we designed the hull around the power unit.
Okay, what makes the sport jet different from the outboard jet?
With the inboard jet, it doesn't have to change direction of the water as severely as an outboard jet, so it moves water in a more efficient manner. With our inboard, we're only losing 10 to 12% of rated horsepower.
So fishing the river the way I do, I get to experience a lot of different jet boats, but I look at yours and I notice it's just such a sleek boat.
Thank you.
I've been in it, it runs beautifully. This is all aluminum?
It's all aluminum.
Hull and sides, everything.
Yeah, every bit of it's aluminum. There's no wood in this boat. And we build this boat to survive the river environment. No boat's going to survive everything you throw at it.
Sure.
But it gets us away from that John boat look. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but you know, River Pro is an exceptional performing boat, and I think it should look exceptional.
So how much water do you need to run this beast?
Well, I'll tell you what, she static drifts in about 8 inches. She easily runs in 4 inches.
Man, I'll tell you what, when I'm in 4 inches of water, I get awful tense. I got to pound that throttle forward and just get through it, almost close my eyes and go.
Well, I know that feeling, but one of the things that we do with the River Pro, you know, from years of running our small Missouri flows with canoeists and you know, wade fishermen and kids, we try and be friendly on the river. And one of the things I wanted to incorporate into this design was the ability to actually plane at slower speed. With the River Pro, when we get shallow, we trap and hold water under the hull. So actually, I pull out of the throttle. I'll pull out of the throttle and just let the boat lift and hydroplane through the shallows.
What type of an angler have you built this craft for?
This is a great boat for anyone who fishes a river. You know, a lot of guys start out small and they work their way through to bigger and bigger and bigger. This boat is for the starter or for the guy who's got years and years of experience behind him. This boat's very forgiving for the beginning river runner, because if you make a mistake, it's usually not the end of the world. Right. A lot of light gauge boats, you know, you get out there, you can tear them up on one hit.
Yep.
And this one will give you it'll forgive you.
It's a pleasure. I appreciate it, Kevin.
Hey,
Thanks
you
for your
bet.
time.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Go to backwoodsanglertv.com. We'll have a link for River Pro boats. Let's get back to some more fishing. That is a good fish. All right, John. All right. Potomac River largemouth bass. We're here with John Salata today. John, good job, John. Thanks for hosting us on your boat today. This was a blast.
I had a blast too.
This
Thank
was a
you
lot
for
of fun.
coming.
Backwoodsanglertv.com for all of John's information on Potomac Guide Services information. Check out our website. We'll have it all up there for you. Come back next week and join us for more good fishing. Good stuff. Real good stuff, man.
Yes.
Real good stuff. They like that little crankbait, don't they? Look out. Are you? Oh boy, that hit you right on top of the head, didn't it? It was a fish!